Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mike Check. Hope everybody's having a fantastic week so far. It's Wednesday, motherfucking hump day, and we got some shit to talk about this week. Give you a little preview. We're going to be talking wrestling. We're going to be talking some comic book stuff. I got the Batman shirt on. We got some Batman shit to talk about. We are going to get a little political today. Little political. Really just more talking about this Epstein Bill that passed and my thoughts on that. And I'd love to hear some of your guys' thoughts as well. So let's hop into this. Let's talk wrestling. There was a big Monday Night Raw this past week, a couple days ago, Madison Square Garden, John Cena's final wrestling appearance at MSG. Your big deal, big show. Everybody's tuning in. Everybody's excited. What's going to happen? We got Cena as the Intercontinental Champ. He just beat Dominik Mysterio last week. It's got to be something big, right? Cena kicks off Raw. He's out in the middle of the ring. Dominik comes out with some of the shittiest wrestling music I've ever heard in my life. And he was actually talking about this on a podcast. I don't know if he was serious or joking, but he kind of threw out the idea of coming out with like traditional Mexican music, which I think would be hysterical for his character. But he's one that falls in a category with a lot of other wrestlers today. The theme music in general, I think more of the wrestlers' themes suck than are good. Especially of the newer ones. I mean, you have some classic. I mean, you talk about John Cena, classic theme song. The minute that first note hits, you know who the fuck's coming out. CM Punk with the Cult of Personality, Cody. There's some really good ones. Reigns, Usos, some real good theme musics. Finn Balor's old one, Shinsuke Nakamura. I even liked Gunther's until he went back to the original. I kind of liked his for a minute. But there's a handful of other people that their theme music, most of them sound like just generic-ass rock music at times. I'm not a fan of the Judgment Day's theme. I'm definitely not a fan of Dominik Mysterio's. I'm definitely not a fan of Braun Breaker's. I think it fucking sucks. Big Bronson Reed, same thing. I like Solo Sikoa's. His is good. I feel like they've gotten lazy with the theme music for these characters, these wrestlers, and it's such a big part of the character. We saw Dolph Ziggler return on Monday in a qualifying match for the John Cena last match, that tournament. And the minute that first, here to show the world hit, you fucking knew it was Dolph Ziggler. Half the time these guys come out, I hear their theme music. I don't even know who it is. I literally have to wait to see them come through the curtain because it's so bland, so generic. So I say all that to say Dominik Mysterio's bland, generic, shitty-ass motherfucking music played. He came out, and it was not a great promo segment. I mean, they booed the shit out of Dominik like they do, and that's just a testament to how amazing of a character he is and the work he's done. But this shit felt lazy, just like, I'm going to challenge you, I'm going to give you the match, not here, not now. Maybe I was just expecting more because, number one, WWE's been in a little bit of a lull lately. And this is like a layup. It's Cena's final Raw. It's an MSG show. It's an easy show to get big results out of. It's an easy show to get views, that type of shit. So I feel like it shouldn't have been hard to give people what they wanted, and I don't think they did. That's kind of our theme today, I guess, if you will. You give the people what they want. Play the fucking hits. When we started Only Comics, it's been 2.5 years now. One of the things I started to do early on, I always read all the comments. So even if I don't read your comment on the show, I have read your comment. I read all the comments. Maybe we'll get to the point someday where it's too many to read. And I don't know, it only takes a few seconds, so it's hard to say. I don't know what number where it would be, dude, I can't get to all of them. But as of today, still, I read every single comment that comes in. And I really try when we create our content to, number one, do stuff that I enjoy, that Adrian enjoys, but also what people want to hear us talk about for the most part. And I do think there's a part of that when you're in, I mean, we're talking about a few things today. We're talking about pro wrestling. We're talking about Marvel. We're talking about DC. We're talking about comic book shit. Read a comic. We're talking about that stuff. We're going to talk about some Hollywood movie shit. And we're going to talk about some political stuff. And I think a lot of the common theme that we're going to go back and forth about today, well, it's just me, so. But what we're going to ponder today is, do you just give the people what they want? And how much of it? So I don't know that we got what we wanted out of John Cena's last appearance. Now, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a long career. It's great. It's phenomenal. I'm nitpicking this one show. It's not the end of the world, but it's what we have to talk about this week because it just fucking happened. So this then turns into a promo for War Games Survivor Series. We're getting Cena, Dominik rematch. So what does that tell me? My wrestling brain tells me that this is going to end in Dominik Mysterio winning the IC champ. This is going to end in Dominik Mysterio winning the Intercontinental Championship back from John Cena due to some fuckery, I believe. There's going to be some cheating going on in this. Let me pull up. When is this show even? It's probably in a couple weeks. Let's see. November 29th. Saturday, November 29th. So that is not this Saturday. The following Saturday, the week of Thanksgiving. So pretty cool. Big show on Thanksgiving weekend. We're getting Dominik rematch, Cena. So I believe that's what's going to happen. And why I wasn't a huge fan of this appearance at Raw. You could have still done that, but I feel like, dude, give us one of these matches that everybody wants to see. Like, we're only going to get a couple more matches. So there's plenty of people that Cena's not going to wrestle. So give us one of those matches. I would have rather seen a Dolph Ziggler, John Cena Raw match, one-on-one, just a good old-fashioned fucking back and forth, high energy, Dolph Ziggler selling, Cena overcoming. He can win. I'd rather see that than have him come back, Dolph, and just lose to Solo like that in the tournament. I'm confused at why they're bringing these people back just to lose and not move forward in the tournament. It's like you brought, what's his name, Zack Ryder back on SmackDown just to job him out. And I'm not a big Zack Ryder fan. I think he's overrated, but I get why they brought him back. He didn't get the reaction that I think a lot of people thought he would get. But still, why are you going out of your way to bring back these guys that left, these guys that people would love to see in that final match? So it's a tease. You're fucking dick teasing us over here. Why do that with Dolph? I mean, I'm not the biggest Dolph Ziggler fan in the world. I think he was a solid overall guy. He's definitely had some really good matches. I think back to when he was going for the Intercontinental belt, a match against The Miz on a pay-per-view. I don't remember when or what it was, but I just remember it being a phenomenal match. And I think Dolph's been in some really good matches. He's a great entertainer. He's great at selling as well. I think sometimes some of his stuff, even like his attire and it comes off a little bit little too Shawn Michael-ish. And I'm a big HBK fan, so I'm like, dude, you're aura farming a little bit, bro. But I mean, he's definitely provided a lot of great moments in WWE. He's pretty solid on the mic. He is definitely solid in the ring, and he has good theme music too. Fits him. It's no bullshit. So I would have rather seen that than seen this fucking 6-man tag. Like, seriously, that we're gonna team him up with Rey. Love Rey Mysterio. It was great. Sheamus, who, like, I forget he's there because he shows up every once in a while. I'd rather seen a Cena versus Sheamus match than see a 6-man tag against the Judgment Day. But so, in my opinion, we didn't get what we deserved, what we wanted on this Cena last Monday Night Raw. I saw people glazing the fuck out of this show too. They're like, yo, it's the best Raw all year. It's the best Raw in the Triple H era. It's like, fuck are you talking about? Because the end? Because it was a cameo fest at the end? Like, I mean, I think a lot of people suspected Brock Lesnar was going to be part of this. I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. I think having him back, War Games, cool. I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. Having him back, cool. But the way they did this end was just, we're going to march these guys out here one by one, play their theme music one by one. Like, and then it's going to break out into a brawl because why not? It just seemed very predictable, just very cookie cutter. It's like we've ran this script 100 times. Just do it again and replace the names. So what we do when we build towards War Games, right? So I don't think it was horrible. I'm not sitting here just taking a giant shit all over it. I don't buy into the hype. It wasn't the best Raw. It was one of the better Raws. Was it the best Raw ever under Triple H's regime? No. I think people forget about when The Rock was beating Cody out by the buses, the parking lot area. When they're like cut, he's like, fuck that. Like that was a phenomenal Raw. I mean, I'm sure there's probably plenty of others that aren't even coming to mind under this Triple H regime. I thought it was good. I thought it was one of the better ones lately, but the ending felt really, really predictable. And it's like you just knew when Brock's out there, you're like, you know Reigns is coming back. Of course, it's MSG. It's War Games. He's going to be there. He's the only other big name that isn't out there that has beaten Brock, right? And I don't know how I feel about this War Games match. It feels just kind of slapped together. Like, you got and who's the Vision now? Are all these motherfuckers the Vision? Is Logan Paul in the Vision? Is he not? Is Drew in the Vision? It really sucks that Seth got hurt. That really, threw a monkey wrench in this motherfucker. But Brock's just back to team with these guys. Why? Because he's now back on Paul Heyman's side, even though Heyman screwed him over for Reigns. I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot going on there. And then we got Punk, of course. You got the Usos, cool. You got Cody, of course. And Reigns back in the mix. I think, like, storyline-wise, I'm not a huge fan of it. For the match, I'm a big fan of it. I mean, you got some fucking heavy hitters. This should be a banger of a match. It's just one of those things where we just don't really care about the story making sense anymore. We're just gonna play like fantasy booker here and go. It's like when you're at recess with your buddies and you're in school, elementary school, and you're talking wrestling and you're like, this guy would beat that. Well, who would be your best team to go up against these five? It feels like they're just playing like elementary school booking here. Like, just take the big guy, put Usos in, put Cody in there, and then and I pull out Brock, and I'll get Roman Reigns. Okay. But Storyline-wise, stupid. Match-wise, it's probably going to be a banger, dude. Probably is. So I guess I'm looking forward to it. Another thing I'm looking forward to, about a month from now, this is crazy shit. About 1 month from now, there will be, there's rumored to be, an Avengers Doomsday trailer released. It's supposed to come out in the theaters with the Avatar 3 Fire and Ash movie. Most people believe that it will also be released online either that day, day after. So I was contemplating just going to the Avatar movie to see this trailer. But it probably will be online later that day. There's a few rumors about what's going to be shown in this trailer. This rumor here was, someone posted this on Twitter. They said somebody sent it to them in Discord. I'm going to read this, but before I do, I've been thinking a lot about like what I would like to see in this trailer. And there's a handful of things in here that really fall on that list. I definitely want to see Dr. Doom in the full suit. I want to see what that looks like in live action. I want to see him using some of his power. What does it look like? What's it sound like? I don't really care if we see his face or not. I probably would prefer not to. Although if we do see his face, we can stop all these stupid arguments about, or not arguments, these stupid ideas, these stupid statements of, what's Spider-Man going to do when he sees Doom and he looks like Iron Man and Tony Stark? Well, it's not going to happen. Doom's disfigured. He don't look like Tony Stark. So I guess maybe I would like to see his face. I definitely would like to see an incursion happening, starting, ending, something, some type of incursion. I don't know that I need to see who the Avengers teams are yet. I almost like, just keep that just keep that out of this in the trailer. Let's see that in the movie. I want to see what Loki's up to, what his involvement is. And I don't know that I need to see any X-Men in this yet. I think that should be left for the movie. That should be a surprise. And I'd like to see maybe I'd like to see Latveria somewhere. So those are some things I'd like to see. What would y'all like to see in this trailer? I'm going to read this rumor here. So, rumor about the trailer, the teaser. It says, the teaser begins with Dr. Doom's voiceover. Doom speaks about his life of trials and suffering. Doom's in a cemetery in the rain. His face is hidden. Scene cuts with a flare, leaving only the silhouette of his suit. Powerful explosion, and then Loki's voice fades out. Thor appears on a vast coast. Sam Wilson and Reed Richards look at the sky with fear. Doctor Strange runs through a dark room as two universes collide. Cities are also being destroyed simultaneously on two planets. Doom says he will release the eternal trap in which he was imprisoned. Several battles led by Doom himself are shown, followed by another narration of his life. After a mask falls on him, it is revealed that Doom's face is severely disfigured with a large scar and a texture similar to burnt clay. The trailer ends with Steve and Peggy emerging from a TVA-style portal and looking directly at the camera. So, this could be complete bullshit. This could be exactly what we get. We heard the other rumor about a kind of Phantom of the Opera-esque Doom shown. We did hear that we would see a lot of Doom in that rumor as well. So this sounds legit. Either this is what we're going to get, or someone just did a really, really good job of plotting out what, I think people would like to see. Y'all tell me. This sounds great to me. I'd love to have some Doom voiceover. I think that's cool. I didn't even think about that. Seeing him in some battles, that kind of takes part takes care of what I wanted to see. Full suit, power, what's it sound like, what's it look like. Ooh, I'm sure we'd see that there. And to reveal his face, severely disfigured, large scar, texture similar to burnt clay. Dude, that looks a lot like this photo. This was put out earlier this week as a leak, but people automatically shot it down and said it was AI. I mean, that may not be AI. It could be, but based on what they're saying here, dude, I mean, I see a large scar. I see a texture similar to burnt clay. That might be what we're getting here. Who knows? So either way, it's crazy that in a month there will be, rumored, I guess, a Doomsday trailer, and then about a year from that, we will be in the motherfucking theaters, sitting back, watching Robert Downey Jr. cook as Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom himself. I can't wait. I think that one, I'm going IMAX. I got my plan this year. There's 2 movies that I'm going to go see in IMAX, definitely, as long as I can get the right seat. Because the perfect seat in IMAX is dead center, middle of the theater, or even further back than middle, but dead center, probably further back, because the screen's big, dude. The problem is if you sit too close. We went to see Fantastic Four. We were in like the 3rd or 4th row, and we're watching like fucking this. That's what we're doing the whole time. I seen it in a regular theater first, but we were at the mall. We wanted to go see it, and that was the only time and space and whatever. But Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, I'm going to be on the app getting my ticket when that shit drops, and I want to see those in IMAX. So do y'all watch everything in IMAX? Like, what's your go-to? Drop that in the comments. I'd love to talk about this. What's your go-to movie theater? Is it something just close, convenient? Do you drive out of your way to go to IMAX? Do you have IMAX near you? Do you care about IMAX? Are you a 3D guy? I am more of a comfort guy now. So there's 2 theaters that are, one's actually about 15 to 20 minutes away, and one's probably about 25 minutes away. The one that's 15 to 20 minutes away fucking sucks. Floor's always sticky. Chairs are uncomfortable and half broken. Big ass screens though. They got big ass curved screens. They're not IMAX, but they're probably some of the biggest non-IMAX screens. But it's uncomfortable. There's always I almost want to say there's always crackheads. Not really crackheads, but there's always some annoying ass fucking people there. It just attracts a dumbass crowd. There's another movie theater 25 minutes away. Screens are not as big. There are some big ones, but not as big. They got recliners, leather recliners in these. They're insanely comfortable. You can obviously pick your own seat ahead of time. So the other theater is just first come, first serve, which nowadays no one goes to the movie, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I remember going there for Infinity War, Endgame, getting there early, waiting in line, fucking running in. I gotta get my seat. Oh my God, my seat. Oh my God. And I love going to this other theater because it's buy your ticket in advance, pick your seat online. You show up, no one's in your seat because it's your motherfucking seat. You got a recliner, kick your feet up. It's another theater that's like 30 minutes from here. There's heated recliners. They're more comfortable, but their screen is darker than the other screens for some reason. I know this because I see most movies like twice when I go see them. So I saw Thunderbolts at the other theater with the comfortable seats, and then me and my wife went to this theater with the heated comfortable seats. And I'm like, why can't I see this? Why is it so dark? And I had just seen it a few days ago in the regular theater. And that's when I'm like, wow, this fucking theater, their projector must be dim or some shit. So I've also learned this about myself. The older I get, the more bougie I am with watching content, meaning I'm almost 40. I'm too old to be watching shit that's not 4K. I can't do it. Not wasting my time watching no old ass, dusty ass, blurry ass bullshit. I'm not doing it. Not gonna fucking do it. So I ain't going to a theater where their projector sucks and it's darker. than the movie should be, because I'm just not wasting my time watching shit that's not top quality. There's no excuse for that nowadays with 4K TV, streaming, all that stuff. I'm watching movies on my phone, not doing that. I'll watch some on my laptop at times, depending on what I'm doing, but it's got to be the best quality possible. So, and also random, are y'all a closed caption type of person? Y'all watching movies with subtitles? I go back and forth, dude. Sometimes I like it, but I if I'm watching it by myself, I'm more apt to put on headphones. I sit in my living room. I watch shit on my PlayStation because I feel like the apps work better on the PS5 than they do on the Samsung TV, ironically. But if everybody's sleeping and I'm watching something, I will put the subtitles on because it's fucking hard to hear shit. I probably listened to music too loud growing up. But if I'm watching it by myself, I'll turn the subtitles off and watch with headphones so I can hear it better, because I do sometimes find myself reading the subtitles too much and missing what's actually happening on the screen at times. So what do y'all are you guys subtitles or raw dogging it? And anyone else like me watching on a big ass TV with fucking headphones? I actually love it because I got the PlayStation Pulses and they got 3D audio, all that shit, and it just sounds amazing. So Doomsday trailer in a month, so buckle up. All right, next thing. We're getting a little political here. Don't get nervous. The Epstein Bill. Shit was passed. Fucking finally. So the Epstein Bill is titled, it was introduced into the House July 15th. They voted on it. I think it was yesterday. Here's the bill. The bill requires the Department of Justice to publish in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in the Department of Justice possession that relate to the investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. This includes materials that relate to Ghislaine Maxwell, flight logs and travel records, and individuals named or referenced, including government officials in connection with the investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ is permitted to withhold certain information, such as personal information of victims and materials that would jeopardize an active federal investigation. Okay. Additionally, not later than 15 days after the required publication, DOJ must report to Congress all categories of information released and withheld, a summary of any redactions made, and a list of all government officials and politically exposed individuals named or referenced in the published materials. So, I don't know where this falls for you guys. There's, I think, a lot of mixed feelings about this on social. I don't know why. There's a handful of people that are like, I don't really give a shit about the Epstein file. Why does it matter so much? Okay. There's people that are like, hell yeah, release them. What's taking you so long? I feel like that's most people. Then there's some people that are against them being released, which is odd. And it does, I thought about this, like, does it matter? Like, why does it matter? It does matter to me. Number one, we're talking about a child trafficking ring here. And yeah, you go, well, they got Epstein, and then he, offed himself in a cell, maybe, or someone did that for him or something. And that stopped. Okay. Well, that stopped that one. There's a bunch of other people that were involved. Probably politicians from other countries, probably a good chunk of famous, influential people. So why it should be released is those motherfuckers should be held accountable. They shouldn't be able to just walk free and clear because they're an elected official. Because, that's the funny part too. The government technically, They're elected officials. They're public servants. That's how it was structured, decades ago, a couple hundred years ago. Is that really how it is now? No. Being a politician there's a whole DC lifestyle there. There's money, there's fame, it's a different ball game now. We are still electing them, but they make their own rules. They have, amazing health care, and they vote on our shitty health care. Like it's insane. It's ridiculous. So just because you are one of these public servants, elected officials, whatever, you should not be exempt and from prosecution, from being held accountable. Because the more that happens, the more these things become okay. One of the most powerful videos I've seen about this was an ad. It was I saw it on YouTube TV. It had a bunch of the Epstein victims, and all women, all probably now in their 20s or 30s or even older, and they hold a picture of themselves at the age they were when they got caught up in this bullshit. And you see these young innocent girls, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, that their lives have been damaged, ruined, traumatized. So it wasn't just one person. Yeah, he was the ringleader. He was the guy in charge, but motherfuckers were going to that island, dude. A lot of them. That shit should be published. These people should be held accountable. So right now, let's back up. It was yesterday. The bill was voted on, U.S. House of Representatives. There's 428 votes here, okay? The vote was 427 for a yay, and there was one nay. There was one motherfucker that said, no, we shouldn't pass this bill. One. That motherfucker should be questioned. I feel like you got some explaining to do. It was Clay Higgins. Clay's a Republican lawmaker from Louisiana. You got some explaining to do, bruh. You're the only one on both sides. There was no Democrat versus Republican. There was 427 mixed Republican Democrats said, yes, pass this bill. The bill I just read. This one motherfucker, Clay, was like, nah. He says, what was wrong with this bill, I can't even read today. What was wrong with the bill 3 months ago is still wrong today. It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. Two things could be going on here. One, he's trying to protect either himself or someone else who is mentioned in these files, possibly. Two, it's just one of those for the principle thing. That's not how the law works. We shouldn't do it that way. We never done it that way before. Oh my God. He says, I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing the files and the reason for the flip is there's, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. That's something else. Let me back the fuck up. He was worried about, I don't have the quote here, but he was worried, Clay Higgins was worried about protecting the information of some of the victims and the people that provided alibis and basically protect some people. But when there's children involved in this horrible situation, fuck everybody else. I have no problem with everybody's name being released that was a part of this in some way, shape, or form. And like, what are you protecting the people that provided statements and alibi and whatever witness? What's going to happen to them? You're not worried about protecting them. You're worried about protecting your fucking buddies that are probably on this list. Now, there's layers to this too, though. Like, what Epstein files are really going to be released? What's going to be redacted? What's already been removed? How do we know it's everything? So Mark Epstein, Jeffrey's brother, he was doing some media, I think it was earlier today. And he says that so he doesn't believe that, kind of to my question here, he don't believe that we're going to get the full Epstein files released. He believes that there've been some scrubbing. He said this on a news network. He said, I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing the files and the reason for the flip is that they're sabotaging these files. Says they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out. That's what I was told by a pretty good source. Okay. He also went on to say that his brother had some compromising information about Trump in 2016 when he was running for his first term. Mark claimed that Jeffrey told him around the time that he had information on the Donald that would be damning enough to cancel the election. It's a hell of a fucking claim. Do I think it's true? Probably. Would make sense. You got some information. It's really damaging to this individual. So what do we do? Well, you either can get rid of the information or the individual, right? I don't know that they might have done both. I don't think Epstein left this world by his own choice. I don't believe that happened. You got to watch the algorithm. You just unalive. He didn't unalive himself. I think there was some assistance there. The whole minute of the video missing is just bullshit. It's mind-boggling. I don't get it. So they got rid of the individual that could have flipped on everybody. And they didn't necessarily get rid of the information. But I guess we're going to learn a lot when these are released. If these are released and there's like, kind of like that vote, 427-1, if there's 427 Democrats in there and only like one Republican, then you know these motherfuckers did some shit. I'm just wondering if your boy Donnie T, if his name's going to be left in there or not. I mean, we already saw emails, people talking about him. Mark also said that Bubba, y'all know what's up. If you don't know what's up with Bubba, look up Donnie T and Bubba. Bubba was not Bill Clinton. He was not, allegedly. It was someone else. So somebody told me Bubba was a horse. Like, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're blowing the horse. Maybe not. So, anyways, what do y'all think? How do y'all feel? Do y'all even care? Are you in the boat? I don't really care, bro. It doesn't fuck with me, man. It doesn't affect me. I do care. I do believe this shit should be released. Because first of all, it's really fucked up. Second of all, I have kids. I have daughters. So to me, this is like, I can't even put it into words how disgusted I am with what the little we know so far and the depths of what probably was really happening on that fucking island. So speaking of islands, a hell of a segue here. Speaking of island, live action Moana, the trailer dropped this past week, a couple days ago. I mentioned I have kids. I know a lot of you guys do too. Moana is a movie. One of these days, here's what we should do. Y'all can do it this week. I'll do it next week. Top kids movies, top animated movies for those of you that are parents and even not. I know grown adults that have no kids and they make sure they watch all of these like Pixar animated movies, stuff like that. So what are your top 5 favorites? Moana is a great one. Moana's up there. I really enjoyed that movie. I did not like the second one. I thought the second one was a waste of a fucking movie. Wasn't needed. See now, and y'all know though how I feel. A lot of times sequels aren't needed. Like people are all upset about my Avatar take. Like, bro, what's your problem with fucking Avatar, bro? Why are you hating on Avatar? I'm not hating on it. I liked the first one when it came out. Like, when was that? 09, I think. Long ass time ago. Maybe longer. It was great. It was groundbreaking. It was phenomenal. Oh my God, oh my God. The second one, I still haven't seen it. Really the main reason is I didn't feel like we needed an Avatar sequel. First one was fine. Leave it alone. Story's done. I don't care. That's kind of how I felt with Moana. Like, why do we need a sequel? Now I know it's a business, right? I get it. I get it. The same thing I say to a lot of you guys. Yes, it's a business. Disney's a business. They need to make money, and it is usually easier to make a sequel to an existing project. It's you kind of have some built-in success when you take a property, an IP that's already been really successful, and you do a part two. See, it's a simpler formula. Even if the movie's not a great movie, they tend to do well financially if the first one did well financially. It's just how the shit works, how the cookie crumbles, as they say. I liked the first one, didn't care for the second one. Then I heard we're getting a live action one, and I was more like, why? Of the Disney live action movies, The Jungle Book is my favorite. I would probably say it's the only one. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm completely forgetting some of these movies, but I know we had The Lion King. I didn't care for that live action movie. That was when I got peed on. Aladdin, didn't really care for that live action one. Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, there's none that really stand out as like, yo, that was needed. That was a bomb ass movie. No. Moana, here's what I'm confused about. A couple things. I'm gonna start with something small. Not really small. I don't know. The hair. Moana is Polynesian. I think she comes from a made-up island, but she's Polynesian. She's represents people. She would look like someone who came from an island like Hawaii, like Samoa, places like that. The actress who plays her, I don't know where she's from. All I know is she looks the part. But the point that I wanted to make, the actress's hair, if you look her up, her natural hair is really curly. I don't know if it's 3C, 4C, but they're pretty fucking curly hair. About as curly as Moana's hair is. You look at this trailer, you can tell they straightened her hair and then put some curls in it. It looks like wavy white people hair. This chick is supposed to be a Polynesian islander. And you got her with the white girl hairstyle. It's almost like, it's not whitewashing, but it's fucking weird. You had the girl who's got hair just like Moana. Just let her rock her Moana-like hair. That's who she is. And then you change it. I don't understand the decisioning there. Now, that's a small thing. Probably matters more to me than fucking most people. The other thing is, when you watch this trailer and you see the ocean, you see the boat, see all the CGI, it doesn't look much different than the fucking animated movie. Not that I expected them to go out into the actual ocean and film this motherfucker, but dude, y'all literally took the animated movie and threw some live action people in it. It's a testament to, number one, how great the animation CGI looks in Pixar, Disney movies nowadays. I don't even think Moana's Pixar. I think it's just Disney. So it's a compliment to how amazing the ocean and all those things look. But then why the fuck are we doing a live action movie that's predominantly CGI and it looks a lot like its predecessor. You recasted Moana, I believe, because I think the girl who did the voice is a little bit too old to play this age of a Moana in live action. So I get that. That's fine. I'm curious to see how this girl sounds singing these songs. Because she's gonna, the How Far I'll Go will be back. You got Dwayne Johnson as Maui. We only saw a shot of him from behind. He's kind of jumping. And he looks the part Maui. He's obviously not as big as Maui. I'm wondering what they're gonna do, because from a facial standpoint, he definitely looks a little different than Maui in the animated. And I'm probably just going a little too nuanced with this. But I don't know. What do y'all think? First of all, do you even care about this movie? Did you like the original? I thought the original was really good, but I'm just confused at why we're getting this. And also, with their track record of live action, I don't know that we need to continue going down this live action route. It's also really quick too. The fucking first Moana came out in 2016. So we're talking, it'll be out next year. So 10 years later, we're doing a live action version. I don't know. It just seems like a quick turnaround. So who knows? All right. Batman the motherfucking GOAT. That's what we're going to talk about now. What I want to talk about specifically is the prep time argument. I am a Batman glazer, as some of you may know. He is my all-time favorite comic book hero. I'm a big Batman guy. And I subscribe to the side of the argument, because this is a debate amongst people. So people say it's cheap, it's this, it's stupid, oh my God. But Batman with prep time can beat anyone is a statement that I agree with. What do y'all think? Let me tell you why. He is, well, let's back up. He isn't the guy who wins just because he's the strongest or the fastest, okay? He's probably the most paranoid person in fiction. He goes to Justice League meetings assuming he might have to fight everyone in the fucking room. He don't trust anybody. He don't even trust gods. Superman shows up hoping it's a good day. Batman shows up expecting a nightmare. He is a prepper. He preps for the worst. Prep time is his natural fucking habitat, okay? Let's talk about some of this shit. If you read a comic, Batman has created files on how to take down every single member of the Justice League. These aren't villains. These are the closest thing to his friends. There's a Tower of Babel story where Raj Al Ghul steals the plans. He runs them. The League drops, and Batman still fixes everything after the fact. He's built this satellite in the comics, Brother Eye, where he can spy on every meta-human on Earth. That's a whole nother line of prep there. And this is not just every villain. This is every meta-human, period. He stepped the dark side. What else? Let's see. Here's the couple things he has going for him with this prep time argument. 3 of the biggest things. He's got unlimited money. There's literally no budget. He's got unlimited resources. If he needs a damn synthetic kryptonite fucking laser gun built into his suit, it'd be ready fucking tomorrow. He can create anything he's got unlimited resources, unlimited money. He's got access to every kind of fucking tech. He's got access to Kryptonian tech, access to alien type weapons. Being part of the Justice League gives him access to some of the wildest shit in comics. He is a fucking genius in everything as well. People think he's just like, oh, he's smart, he's a detective. They don't talk about his genius level as much as they do a Tony Stark or Reed Richards, but he's elite in engineering, chemistry, biology, cybernetics, strategy, physics, psychology, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Keep going. Everything except for being emotionally healthy himself. He takes this paranoia, and that's one of his superpowers in a way. What about his limits? He doesn't beat everybody. If he's got no prep, he's going to lose to a handful of people. Speedsters would give him a trouble. Chaos magic would fuck him up. I mean, if you're crossing comics, Wanda. If he has no info about them, he's going to be against the wall for these crazy, crazy powered individual. But give him some time. Let him set up the battlefield. Let him study you. It's a motherfucking wrap. He's beat Superman several times. Give him some kryptonite, some red sun radiation. He's got mechanical suits to protect him against Superman. I mean, there's a reason why Supes respects Batman the way he does. Even with the Flash, he's built predictive counter motion traps to force Barry to slow down. We've seen him prep for speedsters. Prep is the key. What else? Let's talk about how peak of a human he is. So we talked about the resources, how he can prep, right? Let's just talk about how badass he is as a character, as a peak human. And we're talking from the comics. So it's not how it was in The Dark Knight. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. Read a comic. He's the most complete fighter in DC, in my opinion. In the comics, he has mastered over 127 martial arts styles. People just say over 100 because it's like you give up trying to list them all. Boxing, Muay Thai, karate, multiple forms of kung fu, ninjutsu, judo, jujitsu, taekwondo, dim mak, which is a pressure point manipulation. That's huge. I'm gonna screw these names up. Savate, precision kicks, Aikido, redirecting force, Silat, brutal close quarters. He literally knows everything about fighting, and not even he's a master. He's created his own hybrid martial arts styles. The pressure point mastery, he has that down to a point where he can paralyze meta humans, okay? He is no motherfucking joke. There's not a martial arts style that he doesn't know. He's like an encyclopedia with that shit. So that's just the fighting part, okay? His strength, talk about strength. He ain't superhuman, but he's literally on the top, the peak, the highest point of what human biology can achieve. Part of it's perfect genetics. The other part is just years of obsession. So some canon feats that he has had in the comics. Multiple comics, he's benched over 1,000 pounds, which is crazy. Like, is that impossible? No. Are there many people in this world that can do it? No. He's curled over 300 pounds. He's kicked through brick walls. He's held up steel beams to save civilians. He's broke out of handcuffs that were meant for metas. Batman, in real world terms, he's the equivalent of a peak strongman. You know those motherfuckers that pick up the giant rocks and shit, and do all that shit, moving tons, all that bullshit. I say bullshit. These are fucking big boys. And he's like a gymnast hybrid. There's nobody like Batman that exists in this world. So yes, he's human, but he's literally peak, top No fucking joke. You talk about the gymnast stuff. The speed, reflexes, reaction times, insane. He's dodged point blank gunfire in the. He's caught arrows. He's tagged speedsters with using enhanced prediction tech. He's countered multiple attackers while not even being able to see. He's grabbed blades mid-swing. I mean, crazy. It's why he's been described as borderline superhuman in a lot of stories. In 0 Year, that comic, in the training logs, it says that he's got a 60-plus mile per hour sprint. He can scale buildings faster than SWAT could react. His stealth movements are so good they appear as teleportation to criminals. So that's the speed, that's the strength. Pain tolerance. He's fought for 28 hours straight in one comic. He's operated with multiple broken ribs plenty of times. He keeps fighting after being stabbed, shot, electrocuted, you name it. He meditates his pain away. He has functioned for over 5 days with no sleep. His pain tolerance is written as literally beyond Navy SEAL levels. His stamina is conditioning. Peak here, too. He can swim underwater 5 to 7 minutes. He can run marathons at an Olympic pace. Pushes lactic acid threshold farther than any real athlete. Can maintain combat output for hours. We talked about that. He trains 8 to 12 hours a day, depending on what story we're reading here. So, to him, peak condition is literally like the baseline, dude. He's also, talk about his genius, talk about his brain. He's got a photographic memory. He is a strategy guy. He's a strategic genius. He can solve some riddles in seconds. He detects lies instantly. And we talked about the chemistry, biology, and all that. He's like, take a Tony Stark and a Sherlock Holmes, and they're raised by ninjas. I mean, is essentially a ninja. He's a fucking ninja, too. This dude's a strongman, gymnast, ninja, genius, billionaire. Like, what? Come on, bro. And people question the prep. Like, this motherfucker is so advanced. He's mastered silent movement, shadow positioning, misdirection, fear inducement, disguise mastery, and voice mimicry. So not only is he Tony Stark, Sherlock Holmes raised by ninja, he's also Navy, SEAL, CIA, Black Ops as well. We just call that a badass motherfucker. So you can laugh about the prep time shit. Oh, it's cheap, bro. It's stupid. It's cheap. But, dude, he's so peak human. He's almost superhuman. Over 100 and change martial arts styles he's mastered. Can bench half a ton. Can dodge bullets. Think faster than most computers. And has a pain tolerance that would put Navy SEALs to shame. You got a peak human here. He's a peak obsessor. He's literally the motherfucking GOAT. Batman, Bruce Wayne. So that's welcome to my TED Talk, I guess. Last piece. We got I Respond. I really can't talk today. And shout out to everybody that was on the late live. Dude, we was in here late. Fucking Jonas Brothers had us up late. But we were in here. I say we. It was me. Captain Canada was there. Pause was in the house. Eat Beef Yummy was in the house. DJ was in the house. We had a lot of the crew, dude. So this Friday, though, I will be back at a regularly scheduled time, 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. Eastern, Friday. Don't miss the live. All right. Let's see. I Respond. I got DJ Super Soldier. Speaking of my personal top 10 wrestlers of all time, HBK, The Rock, Cena, Bret Hart, Austin, Mr. Perfect, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Hogan. It's a hell of a list there. That dude Pablo says, if we draw a line on race swapping, why would we not on sexual orientation or gender or whatever? Isn't there enough talent to get someone who represents that community? I'm just saying I'm fine with the race swap here and there, but I don't think it matters as much. If the actor, actress is good, let them cook. However, I see the point. Either we agree that race swapping shouldn't be done, then we must respect gender orientation, etc. Or we say, you know what, since we're all human, let actors and artists work. So, Pablo, I thought about this a lot because initially I was kind of on the fence. Well, first of all, if you've not heard my take on, I don't like race swapping on either side. I hate whitewashing. I think that's stupid. I hate forcing diversity into a movie by taking an existing character and changing the race, especially in the comic world where you have characters of of every race, every demographic, every age group. You have that character, sexual orientation, all different kinds. You have that in the comics. You don't need to change fucking anything. But the topic was more, or the question was based off of the conversation last week about the movie Christie. Ruby Rose felt some type of way about Sydney Sweeney playing a, I guess, bisexual boxer when she's straight. And the more I think about it, I do not look at those as one and the same. I look at race and gender up here, okay? Race, gender, you shouldn't swap those, okay? I don't think there's a reason to. That being said, has there been times where they've been swapped and they did a good job in the movie? Sure, it's not going to ruin the movie for me. I'm not going to watch it, bro, because there's a black guy supposed to be a white guy and a white guy supposed to be a black guy and it was supposed to be a dude and it's now a chick and a chick's a dude. Okay, I'm not going to fucking not watch the movie. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I'm not running down the street celebrating Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. So, but I think when it comes to sexual orientation, I feel like if you start placing the line there, what else do we go? Well, we only need people that have natural blonde hair. We're not going to dye your hair for the movie. Or your character loves the color blue. Yeah, but I hate the color blue. Okay, well, can you pretend for the movie? No, we got to find someone who, and I know I'm talking crazy, but like, do you then go, you can't play a parent if you don't have kids in real life? Like, I think that becomes too much. I think the sexual orientation is part of acting. I'm okay if the person doesn't represent that sexual orientation. That's not who they are. Like, I'm okay with a straight guy playing a gay guy, a straight girl playing a gay girl playing a straight girl, a gay guy playing a straight guy. I'm okay. I mean, Ian McKellen's gay. Magneto's not. I don't give a fuck. He's a great actor. He did a hell of a job as Magneto. So that for my take, and I'm not, hey, everybody have your own opinion. It's whatever, but I think that's where I draw the line. I think race and gender is where I draw the line. Everything else, whatever, dude. I mean, I'm bald. If when I get into Hollywood, I'm gonna have to wear a wig. It's okay. Should I not play the part because I don't have hair? So that's my take. It's my take, bro. It's my take. The Captain Canada. Sup, Mike? Sup, Cap? People need to shut the fuck up on Doom and the Tony variant. Let it go, people. Yes, you were right. Let it fucking go. I haven't played Rivals in months. I'll get back and check it out when Gambit comes out. Did get stale. Been on Arc Raiders, which is an extraction, PvE, PvP, pretty damn good. I played a little bit of Rivals last week. I played as Gambit probably once or twice. He's fun to play as. It's a healer. It's cool. His cards heal and do damage to enemies. I've only played him I think I only used him once, honestly. So I got to figure out his other attacks a little bit. He's got a L1 kind of healing shit with the cards, and then the other one does more damage. So, he's the only of the newer characters I've actually played as. I haven't used Daredevil yet, and I haven't used Angela. And it was some of the same bullshit, dude. It was like you win by a landslide, you lose by a landslide. Win by a landslide it definitely, the matchmaking is a little sus right now. OG Dirte says, I'd rather see Cena versus Sheamus for the IC. And I've just fucking said that, OG. I'm with you, bro. I would like to see it this past week on Raw instead of that clusterfuck of a 6-man tag nonsense. Bloody Knuckles says, y'all put in work, man. Keep it up. Yes, sir. We are. Appreciate y'all. That One Outcast says, commented on your short, but hella good video. Haha. Well, I appreciate it. That One Outcast. Greg Thornton says, what the fuck said Iron Man could beat Magneto? That's over before he gets his suit on. But I do have a quick question. You ever notice how they nerf Professor X in every movie? And I did comment. I did respond and said, yes. He said, Xavier just stood out to me because he seemed helpless the entire time, which is insulting. Yeah, dude, that I in general, there are some good X-Men movies, but they have not done the X-Men justice, period. There's some good movies. There's some entertaining X-Men movies. There's some that X2, Days of Future Past. If you're going Wolverine, you got Logan, the Deadpool series. But they never, ever, ever nailed the fucking tone and brought the X-Men to life the way they should have been. So, that dude Pablo also says, my oldest won't shut the fuck up about 6'7", and even my 3-year-old saying it, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I can't even count at home anymore. It's annoying as hell, and I can only imagine how my mom felt when I was doing the DX thing or the what's up. Annoying, yes. Let him be also, yes. Yeah, and my thing is more, you old people, stop doing it. Like, stop doing it in public. You want to do it at home to fuck with your kids, which is what he went on to say. I'm down with that. But you shouldn't be doing it in your fucking content on TV. Just knock it off. In the booth, at a sports game. It's not funny when you do it, bro. Let your kids do it. Do it to your kids to piss them off. OG also says, when I play Marvel Rivals, in my opinion, it's better to play with a team and not with random people. Yeah, I've been playing Rivals since it dropped. Find it hilarious. You thought you were going to win a couple matches. Bro, I did. I went 2-1. After laying off a few months. I think you need to practice more. Wanda's easy to counter. There are too many DPS. And yes, the devs are working to make the game awesome. I don't know if you've seen the new content Friday. Yes, I did. And I played a little bit of it. Rogue, I think Rogue's going to be a healer, dude. I think I saw that. Another game Marvel's dropping next month is Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's a beat-em-up style like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. Yeah, I saw that. Dude, I have no interest in that. Here's my thing about these beat-em-up games. Why the fuck do the graphics need to be like 8-bit? Who the fuck wants that? I'm a big fan of the beat-em-up games when I was a kid, and they had to be 8-bit or 16-bit. But can we just get the same game, but with updated graphics? Can we take the characters, take the way they look in Rivals and do that quality, that level of graphics? Why does it have to look like I'm playing it on a Game Boy Advance? Please. Fuck. If you need help, send me an invite. I'll be glad to help. AWAB. Dude, seriously, what we probably should do, and I figure out how to do it down here. I go live every Friday. What if we fucking played some Rivals on there every once in a while? Get on fucking, y'all can join the live and join the team. I don't know, I think it'd be fun. We try it out. And then OG also says, what the fuck is a 6'7"? Kamikaze Cobra says, since I'm a nice, righteous asshole, it's a TikTok phrase used from Lil Wayne's song 6'7", Zoompa Loompa chant, and since the song went viral again, fuck no, it's actually not, dude. And nothing which funny 6'9". No, it's actually from some basketball player. It's definitely not the Lil Wayne song. So it is here it is, a 2024 drill rap song, Doot Doot 6'7", by Philadelphia rapper Skrilla. And the lyric 6'7" is repeated. He never revealed an official meaning for it. Basketball connection. The soundbite gained some traction on TikTok when people were pairing it with the audio from a highlight video. NBA player LaMelo Ball, who is 6'7" tall, And then a high school player, TK, Taylon Kinney, further popularized the phrase in that whole up-down thing. He did that. And then in March of 25, there was a kid, Maverick Trey Villain, was filmed yelling 6'7" while doing that hand gesture at a basketball game, and he became the 6'7" kid. So it really has no meaning. They can't even explain. It's just something that's funny. It's brain rot, as they say. That's the new generation's shit is brain rot. Google that when you're bored one day. So, no, it's not the Lil Wayne song. It's this other song. But I have joked with my kids that Lil Wayne was the OG 6'7". So, anyway. Well, that is I Respond. That is our show for the week. I appreciate everybody who checked this out, watched, drop your comments. And I appreciate the multiple comments. Drop as many as you fucking want. Some people apologize. Sorry for the comment. Bro, that shit helps me. Straight up, it helps me. The more comments, more likes. The algorithm likes my shit. They're going to give me more impressions. And when people watch, they're going to stick around and stay because they fucking like being here, like most of y'all. But we just got to get this shit out to more people. So I don't ever apologize for leaving multiple. Leave as many as you fucking feel like. But I do appreciate all of you. And hopefully you guys will be joining me this Friday, 7 p.m., TikTok Live. What are we talking about? Who knows? Somebody asked me in one of the comments, what are you talking about? We will find out Friday, dude. Whatever's on my motherfucking mind. So appreciate y'all. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for jumping on Mic Check. I'll see you next week.